Ja Morant is not officially being traded, but the situation around him has grown even more volatile after a fresh locker room confrontation with a teammate. The Memphis Grizzlies are openly listening to trade offers for their franchise star, and a heated argument with Vince Williams Jr. in Berlin on January 14, 2026 has poured gasoline on an already raging fire of speculation. The Berlin incident became a focal point of concern almost immediately. On January 14, 2026, the Grizzlies held a shoot-around in Berlin ahead of their NBA Berlin matchup against the Orlando Magic. During that practice, video footage surfaced showing Morant locked in an intense verbal confrontation with Vince Williams Jr. The exchange lasted roughly a minute and a half, with both players animated, pointing fingers, and raising their voices as teammates and staff looked on. Coaches and staff eventually stepped in to separate them before things escalated further. The video, first posted on X by user Owango Soyo, shows Morant wearing a white shirt and green shoes facing Williams Jr., who was in a no-5 practice jersey and holding a basketball. Other players and staff members can be seen nearby inside an arena marked with Dragon and Tissot branding. Lip-reading attempts by fans and media accounts suggested the argument stemmed from a disagreement during practice that quickly spiraled. According to those interpretations, Morant appeared to say, "It is what it is. Y'all don't with me. I don't with y'all." What? Williams Jr. seemingly tried to de-escalate by suggesting they take it to the back. Morant's response was reportedly defiant, saying, "Why? I'm right here. I'm right here. You've been here for 5 minutes. You're not like that, bro." The exchange reportedly continued to intensify, though it never became physical. Some observers noted Williams gesturing toward the locker room, signaling he wanted to resolve the matter privately, while Morant insisted on confronting the issue immediately on the floor. The timing of the incident made it even more significant. It occurred just one day before Morant was scheduled to speak publicly about ESPN's Shams Charania report from January 9, 2026, which revealed that Memphis was listening to trade offers for its two-time All-Star guard. That report marked the first time the franchise had openly acknowledged the possibility of moving the player they selected second overall in the 2019 NBA draft. Later that same day in Berlin, Morant faced reporters and addressed the trade rumors directly. One reporter asked how he reacted to news that the Grizzlies were listening to offers after previously stating they would not. Morant's answer was blunt and emotionally flat. "Live with it," he said. When pressed further about whether he expected to remain with Memphis beyond the February 5th trade deadline, Morant grew defensive, questioning why he was being asked and redirecting attention to the front office. His refusal to elaborate ended the exchange with an abrupt "next question." Those two words, "live with it," have since become the defining phrase of Morant's current situation. They carry undertones of resignation, frustration, and quiet rebellion. Shortly afterward, Morant was ruled out of the January 15th game against Orlando with a right calf contusion. At that point, he had appeared in only 18 games this season, averaging 19 points while shooting a career-low 40% from the field. Memphis sitting at 17. 22 overall had gone 10. 9 in games without him, a fact that further complicated evaluations of his impact. No official statements were released by Morant, Williams Jr., or the Grizzlies regarding the Berlin confrontation, but the footage alone was enough to ignite widespread debate. Some fans dismissed the argument as routine competitive intensity, while others saw it as further evidence of deep-rooted dysfunction within the team. As is often the case, the truth likely lies somewhere in between. The clash with Williams did not come out of nowhere. To fully understand the fracture between Morant and the Grizzlies, it is necessary to revisit earlier turmoil during the 2025-26 season, particularly his conflict with rookie head coach Tuomas Isalo. Memphis entered the season with a new coaching staff after parting ways with Taylor Jenkins. Isalo, relatively unknown at the NBA level, inherited a roster built around Morant's explosive style. The transition proved rocky almost immediately. After a lopsided loss to the Los Angeles Lakers early in the season, Morant publicly deflected blame toward the coaching staff during his post-game comments. Phrases like "go ask the coaches" and pointed references to playing time sent a clear message of dissatisfaction. Those remarks reportedly sparked a loud and confrontational exchange between Morant and Isalo behind closed doors. Rather than backing down, the rookie coach challenged Morant's leadership and effort in front of the team, a move that risked either establishing authority or shattering trust. The organization responded by suspending Morant for one game due to conduct detrimental to the team. The suspension was symbolic as much as it was punitive, signaling that even the franchise player would be held accountable. Reports later indicated the incident deepened existing rifts, with Morant feeling isolated as teammates were encouraged to give him space. ESPN's Tim McMahon would eventually state that Morant's relationship with the Grizzlies had deteriorated to a point where continuing his career in Memphis seemed unrealistic. That assessment aligned with Morant's visible disengagement throughout the season. He was seen walking away during timeouts and openly pushing back on coaching decisions. Ironically, his comments from a prior exit interview now sound prophetic. When asked about having influence over roster decisions, Morant said he preferred to stay out of those conversations, believing involvement would only bring more pressure. Today, however, he appears to be at odds with nearly every decision maker in the organization. In that same interview, Morant spoke about offensive philosophy, emphasizing that his job was not to score 30 points but to make teammates better. Those statements of selflessness now contrast sharply with reports of internal tension and dissatisfaction. Whether the disconnect stems from tactical differences, personality clashes, or broader organizational failures remains unresolved. Injuries further complicate everything. Morant's career has increasingly drawn comparisons to players like Derrick Rose and John Wall, elite talents whose bodies betrayed them early. Since the 2023-24 season, Morant has played just 77 regular season games. This year alone, he has appeared in only 18. The calf injury in Berlin was simply the latest setback in a growing list. His shooting efficiency has plummeted, particularly from three-point range, making him a challenging fit in today's spacing-driven NBA. Morant has consistently maintained that many of his injuries were outside his control, including dangerous mid-air collisions. While that defense holds merit, the cumulative effect has created a damaging